Ayo, what's up and welcome. I'm the one and only West Coast King, and welcome back to the Galacticos series here with the LA Galaxy. And today we are set to start season number 3 in charge here in Los Angeles. But before we go and look at all the new players that are coming in on pre-contract, and there are quite a few, I think there's 4 of them as a matter of fact, let's start with what the team is looking like right now. This is the team that just won our 2nd consecutive MLS Cup. We sold a lot of players off last summer in the midseason transfer window, and with all those moves, I wasn't really expecting us to still win MLS Cup. I really underestimated what this team was, and when you look at it, for MLS, that's a really good team still. So I guess it shouldn't have come as much of a surprise to me as it did, but nonetheless, these are the champions from last year. But let's go ahead and take a look at what we have going into this season. Now, as I have a look at this, I'm starting to see how absurd this team is starting to become. This is now really looking like a Galacticos team. Starting off, we have Miguel Almiron in the center attacking mid position. One of the, if not the top offensive talent, at least playmaking wise, in MLS. Currently playing for Atlanta United, 84 rated. An absolute beast, going to be playing in there behind our striker. And then we also bring in maybe one of the top midfielders in the world in Koke. 88 rated, a phenomenal two-way box-to-box player. He's going to allow Tyler Adams to really sit back now and kind of sit in that CDM position. Koke will go forward with the offense. And this is getting a little bit bonkers. And with this, the team is almost complete. But I think we have at least one more thing to do. We have to get another center back in, but we're not going to do that until the summer transfer window. So what are we going to be doing in this first window here in the winter? And I think we're going to address the striker position. Cutrone, I know, has a ton of potential. One of the best young strikers, potential-wise, in the game. But, couple of things. A, we were better without him last year. And B, he's not that popular, is he? I don't think very many people around here like him. So, I think we could do a little bit better job bringing in a number 9 that's a little bit more popular among the MLS contingency. Now, I could go ahead and buy the top goal scorer last season in this series. That was Giassi Zardes, a part of the Supporter Shield winning Columbus crew. But our objective is to build an all 80 rated team, remember, and Zardes only has like 72 or 73 potential. I love him. He's popular in MLS. But he's not what we're looking for. So instead, let's move down to the 2nd top scorer last season, and maybe one of the best goal scorers ever in MLS, which is really a massive statement considering he's still in his early 20s, and that is Josef Martinez from Atlanta United. Immensely popular in the MLS, a ton of fun to watch. I absolutely love watching him myself, and of course, has a nice partnership already with Miguel Almiron, so why not go ahead and bring him into our team? So the first thing I'm going to do is I am actually going to offer a swap with Patrick Cutrone. Now, I know Cutrone probably is worth more. Well, he obviously is worth more than Josef Martinez is, but we have a lot of money in this team anyway. I don't need to sell Cutrone to be able to do this deal. I think just swapping them straight up is still going to leave us plenty of money to do what we want to do in this summer anyway. So let's offer him straight up for Martinez, see what they say. They want to bring in a midfielder. Are you serious? Well, the good news is we can now sell Cutrone for a ton of money, and I have midfielders that I'm looking to offload, including one Jonathan Santos, or Dos Santos, or maybe I want to offer Perry Kitchen. No, I think we'll go with Jonathan Dos Santos here. You know what? Let's add him. Let's bring that transfer fee down a little bit. It's still going to cost us another $27 million, but again, we have enough money to do that. And especially given the fact that we're going to sell Cutrone anyway. So now we just have to agree on a contract with Josef Martinez. And I actually renegotiated that deal and brought the price tag down a little bit from 27 to about 24. So I saved a few $1 million there, but I think this is going to get it done. Crucial first team player, which he will be after we sell Cutrone. 4-year contract, $23,500 in wages is actually a freaking steal for this guy. And then a measly $410,000 bonus. Not too bad. Let's see what they have to say about that one. And to figure that would get it done, it does. Martinez is in the team. Now, the one thing I haven't talked about this episode is our depth, and we actually added a couple of pieces there via pre-contract as well, including Michael Barrios, 73 rated, and Tomas Martinez, 74 rated, and they are added into this squad, which is our reserve team. This squad is not even our starters. This team could be fairly competitive. I'd say a fringe playoff team in the Western Conference as a starting unit. They are our reserve squad. So we have a transfer offer now for Patrick Cutrone, and it's from Bayern, which is fantastic. We know that they have a lot of money. The offer, though, is 38.8 million. It says his value should be between 46 and 67. This is, I think, a result of me transfer listing him. You always kind of get lowball offers when you put them on the transfer list. So let's go ahead. Oh, I almost accepted that right off. That's not what we want to do. Let's negotiate with Bayern. Let's see how much money we can get off of them. Let's see how much we can, I don't want to use the word extort, but that's pretty much what we're going to do. So let's propose a new transfer fee. Let's bump that on up to, you know, I'd be pretty happy. I think it's still kind of low. You know what, let's go 55. I know they have it. I'm hoping they don't walk away, though, because I don't know how many offers we're going to get in this preseason. It's a short preseason window, remember. It's only 1 month long. I don't want them to walk away, so let's... You know what, let's go 55. I know they've got the money. Let's go 55 million. They didn't really increase it they increased it, like, 400,000. That's it? 400,000 is all they're gonna do. Let's go. Can I get at least like 40? So like 46? 40.7. That's it. Like, I thought I could get more than that. Can I get like 42? Okay, 42. That's fine. I paid like 30 or 32 million, so we still make a $10 million profit on them. I'm not too upset about that one. So for some reason, I decided we needed to take part in a preseason tournament this year. I don't know why. I guess I just wasn't thinking, because we absolutely don't need the money. It's only at 1.5 million if we do end up winning the whole thing. So I thought it'd be a little unfair to use the starters in this thing, so I let the reserves take care of most of it. They got us all the way to the final, but I thought, you know what? Let's let the starters have one game. So now we're into the final against Lobos, who we actually lost against in the group stage, the only loss we've taken so far. So let's see what the starters have to say about this damn thing. This should be interesting. At one point, by the way, the reserves beat someone 5-0. So, and that was with a red card for us, by the way, as well. We scored 3 goals after a red card. I mean, we're absolutely annihilating teams, but the starters are coming out a little sluggish. There we go. Alphonso Davies, the Canadian dream, gets us on the board. And Kamara comes in. If we start scoring now with Kamara in, oh boy, we might just end up having to play Kamara. He might just be the striker for this team. Only a 2-0 victory. I'm a little bit surprised. I was expecting more like 10-0, but we still won. We won the tournament, so I'll take it. So it took all the way up until deadline day for the Cutrone deal to go through, but he has been sold to Bayern, and we now have about $50 million in the transfer budget, which means I think we can afford a center back or 12, but I'm only going to go for one. These are the 2 center backs that I am targeting out of the MLS, Tim Parker and Austin Trusty. I was going to go for Tim Parker first, until I saw Austin Trusty's physicals. He is 6'3" with 80 strength, and that's at the beginning of career mode. God only knows what he is now. And oh, by the way, he also has almost 80 sprint speed. He is a physical specimen. So I'm going to start with Austin Trusty, see what we can do. If I end up screwing this up somehow, then we'll fall back and go for Tim Parker. All right, so the negotiation of the transfer fee went off without a hitch. I might have overpaid a little bit. Seems to be a bit of a theme in this series. Some of you guys got pretty upset about the Coquet deal, so I'm not even going to tell you what I paid for him here, but nonetheless, the contracts went off without a hitch as well, and we've signed Austin Trusty. Yeah, I definitely overpaid for him. And so that is going to do it for our business in this transfer window. The window is closed. We are all set with our team going into season number 3. I know we didn't do quite as much as we did last summer when we absolutely blew the transfer market apart with the number of moves that we made, but we still did quite a bit of decent business here. We sold Cutrone, we brought in Martinez, obviously the pre-contract players joined into the team as well, and our bench now looks like this. Kamara and Perry Kitchen, if they stay happy, I am perfectly happy keeping them in this team. With what they did last season, very much surprising me. They play far above their overall rating. I want to keep them now. Even though last season I spent the whole year trying to sell them, I'm hoping they stay in this team. We also have Tomas Martinez, Boateng, Barrios, Bingham, and Hilliard Arce. Those are our main backups in the team. We still have Durkin down here, and Skelvik, and Trusty, and Lassiter. I mean, this team, it's ridiculously good. Well, here's some good news. I got the manager of the month in MLS for the month of February. Which is curious because we don't do anything in the month of February in MLS. The transfer window is in January. The start of the season's in March. There's literally nothing that happens in the month of February. Except, where's one thing? We did do one thing. We sold David Bingham to New England. So I guess for that transfer move, MLS has decided to give me the manager of the month for the month of February. So, whoopee! We have another transfer offer in now. This one's for Ola Kamara. It's from Hamburg. It's a decent offer as well, 7.2 million. I would probably want closer to 8, but as I previously stated, I don't want to sell Ola Kamara or Perry Kitchen. Both of them are too valuable to this squad, and as long as they are happy to be here in the roles that they have, I am extremely happy to keep them. Right now they're happy, so right now they're staying. And after yet another offer for Ola Kamara, I realized that he's on an expiring contract. So I'm going to go ahead and offer him a new one to try to lock him up and keep him here. As I mentioned, he's pretty important to this team. And during my negotiations with him, I didn't bring up the subject of squad role. He was a crucial first team player here. But during these negotiations, he asked to be a rotation player. He asked to be, I didn't say it, I didn't even start the conversation. He said, I want to be a rotation player. That's the first time in all of my years of career mode I have ever seen a player have a bigger role, realize his now current role in the team, and ask for a reduced role. I've never seen it happen before, and I could not be happier. I'm so ecstatic. That means that Ola Kamara will be happy in this team. He knows his role, wants to fulfill that role to the best of his abilities, and he's going to stay here. He's going to get a little bump in his wages from 11K to 14K. I'm fine to do it. We have freaking $40 million, so let's go ahead and re-sign Ola Kamara. So we are now up to the first game of the regular season, and we're going to be away at Minnesota. And there is the lineup right there. We're approaching a full 80 rated squad. Well, obviously with the exception of the one center back. But Dalot is up to 77. Davies up to 78. Adams is up to 78. And Wayne Taylor hit the 80 mark just a few weeks ago. It's looking good. God help the rest of the league this season. All right. Kickoff in season number 3. It's going to be really hard not to play this entire game with this stupid smirk on my face, but I will do my best. Here we go, boys. Kluivert in the middle to Martinez. Martinez spins around, pulls it back. Oh, he tries to get by. Are you kidding me? Martinez is hurt. Oh, we're 3 minutes into the game. I already lost my new star striker. Are you freaking... He better be okay. Oh, a big track back right there by Almiron. Koke coming forward. Oh, Koke. Absolutely blew. He blew by. I think that was Sam Cronin, but he shanked the shot. 88 rated, Koke. Are you serious? That's your finish? What the? Oh, my God. Oh. Werner just... hit a banger. It wasn't even a banger. It was just some looping finesse shot. And on the 31-minute mark, Minnesota has taken the lead. How in the hell did he just do this? Pretty sure weak-footed. What a shot. It hits both posts. I'm pretty sure it wasn't even going in until Wayne Taylor punched it into his own net. Well, that was not the way we wanted to start this game. What the heck is going on? Almiron, Koke, In there for Davies. I didn't mean to spin there, but that's okay. Ends up opening up for Almiron. Almiron for Kluivert. Kluivert back in there for Almiron. Nicely done. There is our first goal of the season. It was not easy to get. It took a little bit of magic from the whole squad, but finally, Miguel Almiron, who I will change his number to number 10 after this game. I didn't look at squad numbers coming in. Coquet needs a new number, so does Almiron. We'll make that happen after this match, but there's our first goal of the season. It is Miguel Almiron. All right, so to start the second half here, it's still 1-1. I don't know what happened. That first half did not go to plan at all. And to make matters worse, I have decided to take Martinez off just to make sure. It's his first game of the season. We don't want to see him getting any more injured than he already is. Okay, almost made it 2-1, though, straight after halftime. All right, we have a free kick here. Let's see if we can't use the CPU's tactic of just kind of dinking one in there. We're going to go for Coquet, and it's just cut out by Calvo. Oh, Coquet, though. Nice little play there. All the way across for Davies. Alphonso Davies! And he bangs it home. That's 2-1. That's the thing. Anyone on this front line can score. Davies is kind of a good finisher for a young kid. I don't even think he's 20 years old yet. But that makes it 2, and now we're starting to see this team come together. Still 30 minutes left. I want to see at least 2 more goals here. Oh, God, that's a really good ball. And a cross! Oh, my God. Thank God that was a defender on the end of that. We just fell asleep on the far side. He just didn't get there. Well, there's the final whistle. 2-1. 2-1 against this team? That is not what I expected at all. I'm very disappointed. I know we won the game. Thoroughly dominated as well. We just couldn't put the ball in the back of the net, but it's the goals that matter. That's what shows up on the score sheet, not the thorough domination that we actually did have. We should have had... I'm just so disappointed. So, I think you may have gotten the impression that I was not very satisfied with neither mine nor the team's performance there in that season opener. And actually, we're now on to game 3. We played another game on the road. I don't even remember who we played, and we didn't even win. We drew that game 2-2. So now we're here to game 3. Our first home game of the season. We happen to be playing the reigning Supporter Shield winners, the Columbus Crew. We're going to use the same lineup. We're going to do this again. How in the hell does he keep getting by me? Are you... Okay. I'll take responsibility for that one. I pulled every defender on the team out of position trying to stop the ball. I just couldn't make the tackle. And, yeah, that's what happens when you do that. So, Zardes, Golden Boot winner, on the board for Columbus. And once again, we're down 1-0 on the 30-minute mark. All right, corner for LA. Almiron on it. Dashes around 1. Cross in, wide open. Romney scores. Sure, Dave Romney. I don't even care anymore. Just want to score goals. I'll take it. 1-1, instant equalizer. Oh my God, Wayne Taylor grabs that, and that is going to be the end of the game. It doesn't... Okay, I'll go ahead and humor you, but when I kick it, I know it's going to be the end of the game. It's actually not the end of the game. What the hell just happened? What? How are we allowed to have that play? What? How did the ref... That is the first time ever in FIFA that I have gotten the ball and they didn't blow the whistle. What an outlet pass from Wayne Taylor to Kluivert, and then suddenly we won. What? All right, there's the kickoff, and now there's the. Okay, sure. That's another 2-1 victory for this LA Galaxy squad. Another game that we thoroughly dominated. Should have scored probably, in reality, at least 7 goals in that game. At least 7 or 8 goals. We got 2. And the last one, we shouldn't even had a chance to score, but they let us have it. So I have no idea. All right, so I've completed the first half of the season now. We're up to the summer transfer window in July. I'm actually on the 2nd of July because I didn't stop the simulation in time when I was going through that week, but doesn't matter. We're into the transfer window. We're up to our first game in July, but I was actually not going to go through each individual result anymore, but I thought this time, at least, it deserves to happen. So I'll go through each result. Tell me if you see the pattern that develops here. So I played this first one against Minnesota. We won 2-1. Then we drew 2-2 against Colorado. Then we played against Columbus, and I won 2-1. Again, I'm not even sure how that happened, but another 2-1 victory. We move on to April. Another 2-1 victory against Sporting Kansas City. Then a 2-0 win over RSL. Then a 2-1 loss to San Jose. Then we played San Jose again in the Cup. We drew 2-2, but we won on penalties. Then we beat Colorado at home 2-0. Then we played Portland, beat them 2-0. Then Seattle, we drew 1-1 at CenturyLink Field. A 1-1 draw against New England at home. And then a 3-1 win at home against San Jose. Remember that result, 3-1 win against San Jose. 2-0 against Vancouver. 2-1 against Philadelphia. 1-1, again, we can't beat Seattle. It just happens every year. 2-2 draw away at Orlando. And then a 2-1 victory at Providence Park in Portland. A 3-1 victory against Colorado. 2-0 loss against Dallas. And our final game of the first 4 months, a 1-1 draw against Vancouver. Now, did you hear how many times I said the number 3 in the first 4 months of the season? How many times did any team score 3 or more goals? That would be twice. We did it twice. No team scored more than 2 against us. We never scored more than 3 goals in a game. And at no point were there ever more than 4 goals total scored in any game in the first 4 months. So after those first 2 games that I played, I thought, oh my god, I suck. I don't know what's going on, but I don't actually think that's the case. I don't think it actually was. It probably was a little bit me. For some reason, I couldn't score. I had the ball. I had chances. I couldn't score. But scoring is just down across the league this season. I don't know what's going on. We're actually in second place in the league. Seattle is in first with 46 points. We're 7 points behind them. But they've only scored 3 more goals than us. So they're not scoring goals either. They're the top scoring team in the league. We're second. No other team has even scored 30 goals this year. So I don't know what is happening. But this juggernaut that we've constructed in LA, it doesn't matter. It's like everything is just equal, like leveled out. I don't know what's going on. No one can score goals this year. It doesn't make any sense at all whatsoever that at no point in any one game there were more than 4 goals scored. It's ridiculous. It was almost always a 2-1 result. 2-1, 2-0, or 1-1. Those were the only results that we saw the entire season, except for 2 3-1 results. So that is absolutely just the most bizarre first 4 months of a season that I have ever seen. But anyway, let's have a look at the team. As I said, we are in the next transfer window. So here's what we're looking like. A couple of players have grown since the start of the season. Martinez is up to 83. Almiron up to 85. Kluivert's up to 83. We'll talk about him in just a minute. You can see he's injured. Tyler Adams grew by 1 early in the year, but hasn't grown since. He's up to 78. Davies, I'm giving a lot of training to. He's up to 82. Same with Delo. He's up to 80. And then Reyes is up to 81, Dubois 83, Wayne Taylor, same as Tyler Adams, grew by 1 early, hasn't grown since. And then on the bench, I think Martinez has grown by 1, Trusty's grown by 1, and that is just about it. But let's go back to Justin Kluivert for just 1 moment. On the 1st of July, we're currently on the 2nd of July right now, so right before I stopped the simulation, young Justin Kluivert broke his ankle in training. He's out for 5 months, which is most likely the rest of the season. So I don't know if I want to buy another winger in this transfer window or if I want to just play a combination of Boateng and Barrios over there. I think given what we have with the rest of the team, we could just fill in with what we have and be perfectly fine. We probably still would need to buy another winger just as depth. Otherwise, well, actually, I do have a young youth academy player, Henry. He's 69. He's grown by quite a bit this season as well. But I don't know. Do we buy another starting quality winger? Or do we roll with Boateng and Barrios? I'm leaning towards just rolling with what we have. Now, the one position we have left to address in this team to complete the Galacticos team is center back. And I've listed here the 4, in my opinion, the 4 best center back options for us to go after via pre-contract. So they'll come in at the end of the season or the beginning of next season. And I'm pretty sure the top choice is going to be Eric Bailly. 86 rated. He's still 25 years old. I mean, he's entering the prime of his career. He could probably reach 90 rated. And he would be an absolutely stupidly good center back to bring in for us. Azpilicueta might not be bad either. He'd hit 30 next season, but I'm not too worried about that. Center backs can typically play to 32, 33 before they really start dropping off any. Speaking of 33-year-olds, we have Sergio Ramos, still 88 rated, best center back in the world. Not the most liked center back in the world, not by any stretch, but still one of the best in the world at 88 rated. He'd still be good enough for a couple of years to allow us to complete this series. And then there's Toby Alderweireld. He's 30 years old, 86 rated, the lowest rated out of all these. He's not going to get any better than that, but still, he's not a bad option as well. But let me know what you guys think about these 4 center back options. I'm pretty sure Eric Bailly is going to be the #1 choice. And these are, by the way, the only 4 center backs that I'm going to be looking at in this transfer window. Don't bother suggesting any other ones. I want a world-class center back to go in that spot next to Diego Reyes. These are the 4 best available for pre-contract. So that is it. That is where we're going to wrap this episode for today. Not exactly the first half of the season that I was expecting. But honestly, I don't even know how to make this team score more goals. I couldn't make them score goals when I played with them. Changing formations and tactics doesn't do anything. They just still only score 2 goals a game. It's like, it's preset in their DNA to only score 2 goals a game. And when I switched formations to this one, I did it because this is the formation that Atlanta runs. I thought maybe that would kickstart Josef Martinez because he's not scoring, but it doesn't work. I don't know what else to do. Our top scorer is Alphonso Davies. He's actually 2nd in the league in scoring again, but I honestly, I'm not sure what to do to fix it. I'm just hoping they'll play themselves out of it in the second half and take off and make a push for the MLS Cup once again. Because again, our objective is to win everything. We cannot fall short of that objective. We have to at least either win the US Open Cup or the MLS Cup. There is no other option there. So we'll see how this team goes in the second half. But that's it for this one. If you did enjoy it, make sure to let me know by leaving a like below. Tell me what you think about those center back options. And I'll see you when we come back for the conclusion of season number 3. See ya.